One. Another batsman, one down batsman is Shaji Kutti. See, the third batsman has always held a special place in the team, like Virat Kohli. But one thing, if the audiences they distract the batsman gets out very early without scoring. So similarly here, the participants requesting you all to mute yourself and don't distract the speakers, that is the batsman. Dr. Shaji Kutti from Thiruvananthapuram. Welcome, sir. His BHMS from Thiruvananthapuram Government Homeopathic Medical College, passed out in 1990. He joined government service in 2004 as medical officer and Department of Homeopathy. Practiced successfully since last 30 years. Oh, he's a family of homeopaths. Wife is a homeopath, and both daughters are pursuing BHMS and MD homeopathic, respectively. He is an NGH coordinator for Thiruvananthapuram. Welcome, Dr. Shaji. Welcome.
A very warm good evening to all of the great gurus and shishyas in our webinar, and it is a very honor for me to talk on the judge platform, which remains close to my heart, as our umpire has told, because I fear I may be clean bowled by Satish himself, because whenever we share something, it is always me clean bowled by Satish. So I am just going straight away into the case. It is a case of hepatitis, a very common, very nothing more special regarding. But I wish to say that this case was HBS, that is me, HBS-AG positive, and I am revealing before you a follow-up of 5 years, follow-up of the case, and the ultimate result, which will be revealed in the later part of the presentation. And this was the lady, 48 years, living near coastal area of my place, and if actually she came before me telling that, sir, I don't want to take allopathy, I am HBS-AG positive, and whether you can make me negative. Immediately I told her that it is very difficult, I cannot, because once positive, it is supposed to be always positive, but still we will try, because it is homeopathy, and the homeopathy will show some gimmicks in somewhere, and probably with God grace we can go ahead until for 2 or 3 years. But she's last week also she came to me, and I can show you the last result. So she presented with constipation. She moves her bowels once in 3 or 4 days. With the veins in the photo, you see that small thin veins behind the leg and the calf. And there was severe backache during the menstrual period, probably maybe due to some past injuries happened to her. And she remained HBS-AG positive since last 20 years, which was identified accidentally.
Shaji, just a minute. Shaji. Some dog is barking. It's disturbing us.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. It is your dog.
Yeah. We will keep the doors closed. Sorry. So after the marriage, when an investigation was done for a common fever, she identified that she became HBS. She is HBS positive. So further investigation revealed fatty liver with adenomyosis of the uterus with a multiple fibroids. Sorry. Yeah. मैडम आपके तरह ही है, Google जैसा ही है.
He wants to talk more than you.
Yeah. And most interesting was that in this case there was no clinical symptoms except is varicose vein, occasional constipation, and 1 or 2 days of bleeding, which happens during the menstrual period. And this was her first investigation, in which it was bulky uterus with the features of adenomyosis, small uterine fibroid, and regarding the viral load of the hepatitis B virus, it was less than 3.8 and to 20.1. So this investigation was on, it was done on 2017, and she consulted me on 7/11/2017. So this was her first investigation. And here we can see that plasma HBV DNA, it was confirmed that she is a asymptomatic carrier of HBV. And this was her periodic investigations, in which almost the LFT remains normal, but the cancer CA-125, which is always high from 30 to 448 in between. So we off and on we see the cancer antigen 125 coming down and raising again. So what was her mental? I since due to time limit, I am briefing the symptoms. She gets angers easily, shouts violently. If her voice and words are not received with due consideration, especially to her children and her husband, she cannot tolerate brother's attitude. Whenever her suggestions was countered by her brother, she cannot tolerate the opposition, and she had a very great fear of disease. Something will happen to her. She had a very anxiety regarding her health, had a fear of robbers and also snakes. Besides all the songs, she kept a radio at kitchen, FM radio. She usually uses the kitchen, and before going to the night, she makes it clean and very clean and orderly, and then only she will return to bed. Moderately religious, goes to church, spends money. And regarding physicals, the thirst was decreased, appetite normal at times, or increased, sleep normal, covers up to the abdomen, desires fanning, stool once in 2 or 3 days, bad with cold climate. And regarding her desire, she always likes salty natures, spicy food, more chili, and fish. Actually, she lives near the sea, and she desired fish in more than any other non-veg food. And planning was there, and she had a clear-cut aversion to chocolates, bitter gourd, and sweets. She passed history, typhoid 10 years back, fall from a motorbike with less injuries, and allergic to beef. Particularly develops on the tip of beef. I hope the remedy for beef allergy is Andean food. Everybody may be knowing. And regarding family history, father had a history of diabetes, elder brother renal disease. Both brothers were issueless. They don't have children. Menstrual history, menarche, 14 years. 14 years menarche. It was regular, duration 4 days. And usually it takes 4 to 6 pads a day. So there was little bleeding, which was very difficult for 1 or 2 days. Obstetrical history, she had 3 pregnancies of 1 abortion, and she delivered normally 2 daughters. The elder at the age of 30 years and 32 years. The delivery was normal. And regarding her personal life, she is the youngest of 3 siblings, education up to degree, marital status at 20 years. She married to the man next door. So it was a love marriage, and she diagnosed, as I told earlier, she was diagnosed with HIV positive. in one of the blood investigation. First child, 2 years after marriage, normal delivery, orderly in kitchen up to some extent, and in fast in execution. Regions hair graying by 38 years. Eyes uses spectacles since last 8 years. Tongue moist, white spotted, and a red tip. Extremities, left lower leg, there was a sebaceous cyst, the dark area in the lower leg. There was a small sebaceous cyst as large as a cherry, and it was excised later on. Varicose vein behind both knee joints. And so this is the what we call as flow of the case from 2017. If I go on reading, it will be take a lot of time. So the remedy here I selected first on the first visit it was Laxus 200, 7 dose, 1 dose weekly, and chelidonium. I never use polypharmacy in my clinic. Only one remedy at a time, but here I used chelidonium because the case before me has a liver affection, has something more deep-seated with liver and uterus, so Hubistus, we everybody will be knowing that chelidonium is one of the drainage remedy which Hubistus recommended to improve the liver function. So just to improve liver function, promote liver activity, chelidonium tincture was given in the intermittent. Later on in 2018, the menses which happens regularly turned to be brownish and bloated and a little bit charred appearance. And I switched to the acute remedy Propolis 30, 1 dose every 5 days. Bowels once in 3 days remains as such, and later on, mild improvement, slowly improvement comes, and whenever there was heavy flooding during menstrual period, I gave Sandoxylum tincture, which was kept always in the reserve, not 2 tinctures at a time, but only during menstrual period. Stool become regular, veins in legs show mild improvement, and changes in the tongue. It was coated on the posterior half with a red tip on the tip. It became uniform in color, and as her character was always a dominating one, and she behaved like a solid mother at home. Everyone was revolving around her. So I give as a nasode intercurrent as carcinosin 1. And the Propolis was slowly raised from 30 to 200 and 200 to 1. This 6, it was given in 6 doses in such a way that the first 3 doses were weekly, once was Propolis, and later 2 doses of Propolis 1, and later Propolis 10 1 was elevated to Propolis 10. So by 2018, the case was slowly, we have all the investigation in between, which doesn't show anything. Everything was normal except the CEE, cancer antigen, and the viral load of the same. And the bowels by 2018 have bathing frequency remains same, once in 2 days. She never have her regular bathing, and pain in left knee started in the later part of in the initial periods of 2019. Stools become hard and difficult. It remained once in 2 days, and in 2019, I gave Laxus 10. Laxus 10, 4 dose, one dose every 5 days, and chelidonium in between chelidonium. By 2019, her 2019, her menses became a delay, and slowly she was slipping into the menopausal period, and in 8/6/2019, in 8/6/2019, she turned her blood later on the screen will become she become negative, HbA negative, and in 2019 November, without the consent of my from my side, she went for a surgery in the sebaceous cyst in the left lower leg, and the biopsy report was benign fibrous histiocytoma of the skin. So after the surgery, I gave her calcaria fruit 10 followed by lactose, or everybody will be knows that calcaria fruit and lactose have a complementary relation, and they both encourage their own action. And now to avoid something odd happening in the excised side, calcaria fruit was repeated for 1 or 2 months ahead. And later on, she started, after the surgery, she started gaining weight. So as a anti-asthmatic, or what we call her, the most nearest remedy, I give Tulia 10 weekly once for 5 doses at the age of 51. And the last time menses appeared was in 2020. So this is the PCR value, which is the quantity value. It remained less than 3 international units. And the CA open, CA 125 raised to 217, and later on it comes down. And these are the other ultrasound reports, multiple fibroids with a normal liver in the left screen. You may be seeing that. Previously it was fatty liver, now it's a normal liver, but the multiple fibroids remain by 2019, 31/1/2019. And these are the normal value of the reports. And these are the follow-up, latest follow-up in 26/6/2020. Menses happened after long period, and she have varicose veins become thread-like, it will shrink its nature, and the Crotalus 30 and carcinosin 10 1 dose in between. And by 6/4/2021, there was a mild edema in maxilla in the left side. So I give lactose 10 which relieved the symptoms, and there was menses started disappearing, and amenorrhea for 3 months, and the last menses appeared in 4/1/2021. And again, she overpassed my suggestion, and she took COVID vaccine first dose in 14/6/2021, and again I gave carcinosin 1 and lactose 10. So this was the result on 8/6/2019, in which she turned HBV negative. This was the result. So this is normal report of liver LFT. And on this day, 12/11/19, uterus thickness reduced by 3.7 and 1 into 1.4 centimeters into 1.8, and the endometrial thickness reduced to 6.4 mm. Here, the CA 125 on 12/11/2019, the cancer antigen 120 decreased from 217 to 46.98. So this was the biopsy report. Benign fibrous histiocytoma. Luckily, nothing happened there. And this was the last liver function test and renal function test and lipid profile, which showed normal LFT, RFT, and lipid profile. This was done on 21/11/2019. 7/6/2021. That is few weeks back. This was the last result. So this was the case, a case in which unexpected happened in with the God's grace and with only 4 or 5 remedies used in the throughout the duration of 5 years. And I hope I have said something simple and something clear. I never use more than one remedy in my clinic, even in my government job also, where we have to see of the patient within 5 to 10 minutes. And I hope I have shown some justice to the case and expect questions from all your side. Thank you, Satish. Thank you, madam. And
Thank you,
if
Dr. Shaji.
does anybody had any questions, I can answer. I hope I made it a little bit earlier. Satish?
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Shaji. There are a few questions for Dr. Mamta and Dr. Lata, but they have been answered in the chat box. But there is one question by sir to Dr. Lata and Dr. Mamta, and it has also been answered. Like when you talk of steroid dependent, you should specify oral or inhaled. That would be more specific and also show whether the withdrawal is really needed. Dr. Lata.
So we have replied to sir saying that yes, in Dr. Mamta's case, it was steroid inhaler. So the child was dependent on this over a period of 3 to 4 years. Steroid inhalers and intermittently get the spikes that nebulization and antibiotics. So they were not able to withdraw the inhalers because the moment they withdraw, he'll develop the dry cough and the wheeze.
Thank you, Dr. Lata. Sir, I would request you to talk on HBsAg positive and negative in the Dr. Shaji's case, sir.
Sir, if you want to give us any input, please give us, Asrani, sir.
I called him, sir is coming. He's joining.
We would like to hear from sir on the tips that he would like to give us in this steroid dependent cases.
Meanwhile, there is a question for Dr. Shaji. Please share reasons for Crotalus, lycosis, and carcinosin.
Okay. Thank you. A very good question. It is first of all, it was fatty liver and the HBsAg positive. HBsAg positive means the miasmatic background is so dangerous that always this lady presented me without any panic, without any expression in the face, even though she is very, very anxious regarding her health, because she was detached from her parental home due to her attitude, and because she has to live with a man of choice of hers, and they remained quite a long 20 to 25 years away from her home, even though it is she's the only daughter in the home with the 2 brothers whom they don't have children also. So very violent in anger. Even husband told me that she's snappish. And the other thing is that it is fear, which is a predominant in her scene. Even though we cannot see any changes in her face, the BP in between raised to certain high levels, which doesn't need any medicine. That is the wonder thing I can tell regarding this case. And moreover, the bleeding, even though it is a moderate bleeding, in Crotalus we see hemorrhage from all the organs or anywhere. It is just like dripping in black fluid blood or even charred blood. So elapse comes in comparison, lycosis comes in comparison, and it being a hepatitis, liver-oriented remedy, Crotalus deserves more. Next to Chelidonium. So Chelidonium was taken as a what we call as a acute remedy to make the liver comfortable, what we got in the end. That is why I opt for Crofelex. And I never changed the Crofelex in its rising power also, because from 30 to 200, 200 to 190, from 10. In between, all the results were maintained normal for not 1 or 2 years, it is for 5.5 years. And now also uterus appears to be shrink, even though we cannot say that at the age of 52, menopause has happened. Uterus is in a comfortable position. She doesn't have to go for that surgery in the that lower leg, but knowingly or unknowingly, due to anxiety, she went for surgery. So that is why I selected this Crofelex.
Thank you, Dr. Thank you, Dr. Shaji. Sir, sir, are you there, sir?
Yeah, I am here.
Asrani, sir. Hello.
Yes, I am there.
Yeah. Sir, Dr. Shaji has presented one case of HBsAg positive turning into HBsAg negative. Sir,
What
sir, your
other
inputs.
than HBsAg, what other tests were done?
Yes,
Did you just do Australia antigen or other tests were done?
no, I didn't went for Australian antigen.
ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಕೇಳು ಅದಕ್ಕೇನು ಹೇಳ್ಯಾನಂತ ಕಪಿಲ್ ನಾಳೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಾವ
No other tests were done?
No other test was done.
Okay. HBsAg, you know, it's a very sensitive test and many times you may get false positive also. Other liver function tests were done?
Yeah, the liver function test was repeatedly done for.
Yeah, but what was the abnormality?
In actually, except the cancer antigen cancer antigen evaluation, C125, it raised off and down and reached up to 448, 279, 448, and once it reached up to 888 also.
Yeah, but those abnormalities were attributed to hepatitis B only.
And she had only she had a fibroid also, sir.
Fibroid also. Okay, that is not related.
Yeah.
That is. Okay. You send me the reports, then we will decide on publishing in the journal if it is a good case. You know?
Yeah.
Send me a copy of the reports by email.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dr. Lata, you have some question to ask to sir, na?
Sir, could you share with us, the patient was, Mamta's patient was on steroid inhalers, sir, over a period of 3 years, and he had the acute episodes which required nebulizations and sometimes antibiotics.
Yeah, I have written in the chat box, you know, when you say steroid dependent, you have to be very specific whether it was oral steroid or inhaled steroid, because
Inhaled,
steroid
sir,
dependent,
yes.
just this term has no clinical relevance.
Yes, sir, yes.
And also duration has to be specified, how many years, what dosage and all. Then, you know, the achievement is more worthy if you describe
Yes.
the handicap you had before you started treatment.
Right. We will do that, sir.
So this case was inhaled or oral?
Inhaled, sir.
Inhaled, okay. Then it's okay.
Not oral. We will keep that in mind, sir.
I think there are no more questions. So it was well explained to the participants. So we call it off. Ma'am,
You tell them a little bit about NJH and about the next issue and what we want them to help us with cases, articles.
yeah, okay. Team, we have our next issue will be again adult psychiatry. We have many cases, and we have made into 2 volumes, July and August. The July one be adult psychiatry 1, and August will again be adult psychiatry 2. So request you to share your articles, not the general one, but the cases. It has been treated homeopathically. And the last date of submission is 25th of July.
I hope all of you are life members by now of the NJH and would like to continue to be with NJH and contribute articles to it, take part in all the various activities that we do, including Tuesday Telegram case and the Saturday webinar, other Saturdays we have the newsletter. So there are lots and lots of activities. So please join. Yes. And
Dr.
thank you
Lata, can you
very
talk
much.
about NGH Bytes? Dr. Lata?
The NGH Bytes, we have compiled cases that we have taken cases which have been in all our previous issues, and NGH has the largest collection of authors from different schools of homeopathy, whether it is the other song, whether it is from ICR, from Praful Vijayakar, many others. There are many other practitioners all over India. And like suppose this time we took up irritable bowel syndrome, for a practitioner who wants to have a quick reference of how to manage this condition, right from the repertorial rubrics to various remedies and how to use it, the miasmatic angles, everything will be available to them if they put the effort of reading that articles that are there under this particular diagnosis. So for us as a team, why we keep doing it is because the amount of learning we get, sir, which was never there earlier, revisiting these journals is a real treasure house. That's what motivates us to keep doing this work. And I'm sure you'll be equally motivated to learn and read it.
Thank you, Dr. Lata. Dr. Shobha, you want to talk about Tuesday Telegram? Dr. Shobha?
Yes, yes, sir, yes.
Yeah, please.
Just a- Yeah, Telegram on every Tuesdays. We every one of the EB members shares a very solved case on the Telegram NJH Telegram group. We give the case, and there are participants like they try to solve it by sharing their views on it, and after that the doctor who has shared the case reveals the actuality. There is a very good discussion which goes on, and lot of aspects, every aspect of the case has been learned on every Tuesdays. So it is a very treasure of learning. So we request everyone to participate on Tuesdays on a Telegram group. If you have not downloaded a Telegram, download the Telegram, and you can request any of the EB members to add you in that NGH Telegram group. We will add you there, and you will be able to participate and learn homeopathy in a very nice way through solved cases. Yes, Dr. Satish.
Thank you, Dr. Shobha. Thank you very much. Ma'am, we call it a day for? You want to talk? Ma'am, you're muted. Ma'am, you are muted. Ma'am, you are on mute.
Okay. So I want to thank everybody. We had very nice cases and we had a lot of learning today. So thank you and see you all after 2 weeks. Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much.
Bye.